What is up, Tigers? Welcome back to a new episode of the Tiger Sports Report podcast. I'm your host, Jayden Stuart, joined alongside my co-host, Noah Manus. How are you doing today, Noah?
I'm doing good, Stuart. How are you?
That's good. I'm doing good today. We're also joined alongside Daniel and Zyler. And there's a lot happening in college football, especially with the national championship coming up. We had a very good, it's crazy, every single conference champion lost, which is insane, which is why I love the new playoffs so much. But Zyler, we're going to start off with you. What are your thoughts on the upcoming national championship between Notre Dame and Ohio State?
I personally think Notre Dame is going to get blown out by Ohio State. I just don't feel like they're at the same caliber that Ohio State has been, except for that Michigan game.
I would say the bettors are underestimating Notre Dame because there's been a lot of talk about how Notre Dame can't play from behind, but we just saw that they can when they beat Penn State in the semifinal when they were down, 10 points at half?
Yeah, or so.
Yeah, they came back to beat them. Sure, that was a defensive game, but still, those are great defenses.
Yeah, Riley Leonard showed up when he needed to.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's what's important. Like, if you play the entire game good, but you crap the bed, like fourth quarter, you're probably not going to win the game.
Yeah.
I got to say that Penn State had the easiest road to that.
They did, yeah.
I mean, SMU and Boise State, are they really?
No,
I don't know.
They're not. We really did not think Notre Dame was going to be in the national championship,
especially after losing NIU. Everyone's like, their season's over. It's over.
Hey, but they overcame the haters. All y'all on this podcast a few weeks ago said that OSU, Ohio State, is not going to the Natty. Daniel might have, but I don't know. I don't remember. But Mr. Stuart said that they're not going to the Natty, and look where they are now. Like I predicted. Stuart, do you have anything to say for yourself?
I don't know. I was an Oregon believer. And
no, man.
That was...
They just could not.
In your own backyard, it's the Rose Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And you get blown out like... Oregon's allergic to the Natty. I don't get it. They've had Herbert. It's crazy.
Like I said a few weeks ago, Ohio State is just a winning program. And when a winning program is that far deep into the playoffs, when you don't have like Alabama and like Georgia like that, and they're not facing off against them like that, they're gonna go all the way. And I honestly have them defeating Notre Dame because Notre Dame really only has a defense right now.
Well, no, I am double downing on my take. I believe Notre Dame. I am a Marcus Freeman believer. He's a great coach. Like, coming off the NIU loss, like, me and coaches would just throw in the towel. You lost so much morale off of that game. But his team, they just never gave up, just like the Penn State game. And Indiana, that was a decent win looking back on it, just because of the path that Notre Dame's had. But I think it's at least going to be close. Like, past blowouts and natties, there's usually someone like a Fields or a Bryce Young or some generational quarterback. Will Howard's not that generational quarterback. So, like, if they make Will Howard uncomfortable, I definitely think Notre Dame has a very good chance. Yeah. And we saw how good Bryce Love is if they win the trenches. That's the game Notre Dame wants to play, drain the clock. And it's definitely going to be a gritty defensive game, I feel like, and it'll be a very good national championship game.
Yeah. I don't think that Ohio State deserves the 9.5 point favorite.
For sure.
That's way too high.
For a national championship, yeah, that's really crazy.
Now, I understand, like, if it was, like, TCU again, but it's not TCU, it's Notre Dame. Two of the greatest and winningest.
Yeah, like top 4 in winning percentage, yeah.
Yeah. Like, these are two of the best college football
Yeah, biggest blue bloods out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, next topic, Carson Beck. He entered the NFL draft, but then a week later, I guess probably his agent, someone talked to him. He entered the transfer portal, and he's now the highest paid player ever NIL-wise, which is crazy. He's going to Miami.
I think,
and
I think if he's trying to chase the bag, then obviously go to Miami because he's not going to get what was it, $2.1 million, I think, like from the NFL rookie deal. No. Yeah. But I think as like a career decision, I don't think he should have gone to Miami. Whoever his agent is.
I mean, hey, good for him. He gets to be with his girlfriend, gets the bag, gets to be in Miami.
That was another reason why he went there, was because of his girlfriend.
Yeah, he's going to be living the life.
Just because, like you said off camera, the locker room issues that they had because of his girlfriend. I don't think it's going to make it any better if the locker room issues are there in Miami with his girlfriend. And honestly, having them together like that and at the same college can make things worse because he could have his mind somewhere else and he's not paying attention to the field. That's a kind of a problem for a lot of high school players when they, get into relationships and stuff like that. So
I feel like he'd be definitely get more distracted there when he's right next to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
We'll see how it turns out. Like, what was it, 2 years ago? He wasn't bad. Like, he was projected.
We had McConkey and Bowers, yeah.
Yeah, like he was projected first-round pick, one of the top picks this year before the season started. I'd say that this is a good move for him because his draft stock
was tanked, yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely destroyed, like down the stretch against some really good SEC defense teams. So I'd say him going to Miami can help him revitalize that draft stock, maybe get up to the first round again. And
I wouldn't say maybe first round, maybe. I don't know.
If he can play like he did 2 years ago at Georgia, I'd say there's a chance.
Yeah. Although I've never really liked the guy. He always seems like he's had locker room issues. Yeah. I do feel like this is a good move for him. Georgia's known to be a very bad culture these past few years. So even though Miami's Miami, they just had a Cameron Ward. He flourished in that offense. So now he's going to have a better offensive coach, easier defenses. It'll probably just slow the game down for him a little bit, but I do feel like we'll see more of the Beck we saw 2 years ago.
Yeah. With Miami, they run a hurry-up offense, so maybe with that change of tempo, that could possibly restart his passing game. But we'll see if he can even play because he tore his UCL, I believe, in the SEC championship game, and he's not going to be able to practice until the summer. So he might not even start this year.
Yeah, he definitely might start slow if he does end up coming back. But that's all we have for this segment of college football. Now over to the NFL segment.
For families who like to build their wealth while staying liquid, we have flexible rate CDs to keep your funds working hard, even when you're not. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The right balance.
What's up, Tigers? Welcome back to the second segment of the Tiger Sports Report podcast. We're here to talk some NFL with Hayden Bell and Carson Lewis. How are you two doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
That's good. Recently, we had Wild Card Weekend, and Justin Herbert, man, I remember they called him a social media quarterback a few years ago, and he definitely looked the part. I know all his picks weren't his fault, but he had like 2 or 3. It was awful. 4 interceptions in total. Hayden, we're going to start with you. What are your thoughts on Herbert? Just playoff.
Herbert did not look good at all. I think the stat line was that he almost threw the same amount of picks he's thrown all season in that one game.
He actually threw more.
Yeah, because I think he had 3 all season.
3
then
all
4.
season? Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is like back when they played the Jacksonville Jaguars and they lost to Trevor Lawrence, who threw 4 picks in the first half. But this time they didn't win. Putting up they had the lead going into halftime, or had the lead for majority of the first half and then blew it. 4 picks. C.J. Stroud actually looked like rookie season C.J. Stroud for a little bit. Not really. But he didn't look as bad as he has all season. He had the one touchdown that Lad McConkey ripped for 86 yards. That was about it. That's literally the only positive takeaway from that entire game for the Chargers.
I don't know. Justin Herbert is just. Is it? I don't think it's a time to move on from Justin Herbert. Really,
No,
I don't think anyone would say that.
No.
Anyone who says
Just
no, I just said not to.
I think it is.
But okay, Carson.
I've never really liked him. But
Just Lewis.
I think Justin Herbert's. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he just needs the actual weapons besides Lad McConkey because Quentin Johnson cannot catch for. If you saw the
he's a good wide receiver 3, I guess.
No, he's a good wide receiver in the UFL. That's where it belongs.
I thought he fixed his drops. He had that one huge game.
One game.
13 catches.
Everybody has one damn, Jayden.
Dude, he deserves to play like overseas in China, like right now. Like Shanghai is wanting him.
They have
Indoor football league is looking
I
for
don't
him.
even
Tulsa
know.
Oilers calling him up right now.
I don't even know, but like, dude, if you saw his targets in that wild card game, and he dropped like majority of his passes, you would have like actually thought you could have gone out there and done it yourself. Like I actually thought I could
He's
have.
Kadarius Toney 2.0.
No, like he's worse than Kadarius Toney. I can't handle it anymore. I can't watch these games with Quentin Johnston in these games, bro. He's just horrible. Like I think our high schoolers here could go out there and catch a better ball than him.
Please stop.
I'm being 100% serious.
Oh my gosh.
Carson?
I've never heard more Chargers hate in my life, but
Dude,
It's deserved.
Dude, they were the supposed dark horse to go to this.
Everyone's
Super
like,
Bowl.
oh, the Texans suck. They're going to get blown out.
Nobody was saying the
So
Chargers were
many
the dark
people
horse.
were saying that.
It was
What do
all
you
It was
want?
all Broncos. It was all
No.
Broncos.
What?
Don't-
No one said the
Broncos.
Broncos.
Definitely not the
Every
Broncos.
single one of you said the Broncos on the old
Okay.
TSR.
No,
that
we
was
did
just me.
not.
Literally all of you.
That was just
But
me.
second of all, Justin Herbert, he needs to be either cut or
No.
Whoa.
This is-
Carson.
Okay, this is a perfect time. This is a perfect time to trade Justin Herbert. He's always been a stat pattern quarterback. He's never really been all that good, and he can't win the big games. Like you need.
What are you talking about?
I'm a Ravens fan, but should they trade Lamar away just because he's been in the playoffs?
No, but he can win playoff games though. Justin Herbert can't. Like Justin Herbert can't dish you
Justin
anymore.
Herbert doesn't have that help.
He is a stat pattern quarterback that can't win playoff games and has done nothing for the Chargers ever since he's been there. Okay, cool. He had a good rookie season. Okay, cool.
That's-
He can throw for 4,500 yards every season. A lot of quarterbacks can do that, and a lot of quarterbacks can do that while winning playoff games.
Okay,
No,
my
no,
thought is I've
You
never.
can't say that
Even-
Justin
okay.
Herbert has done nothing for the Chargers.
Look, I've never been a fan of him. I've always thought he's a stat patter. I know he can't really get done the playoffs, but saying to move on is outlandish.
But this is a free time to trade him.
Give him some time.
You know
He's
how
made
much-
it to the playoffs twice.
How much time does he need?
Okay, the
He's
first
been in
time
the
he
league
had
for
one of the
4
dumbest
years.
coaches we've ever seen in Brandon
Oh,
Staley.
Staley.
And now he has Mr. Brickhands Johnson over here, and McConkey's his only weapon.
McConkey's a great weapon.
Because
Literally the
Dobbins
only
is
weapon.
Only
built like a skeleton. He
He's
gets
not
hurt
built like a
every game.
skeleton. He was a fully healthy season this year.
That is
No,
true, but-
he was on
like 2
IR.
games.
Like,
Okay, but
what
you
the
need-
Chargers need to go out and do
If-
is go out and trade for Travis Kelce. I'm
If
being
you
one.
are a
no,
good
stop
quarterback-
it. Stop it.
Yes.
If you are a good quarterback, you can manage with the
Trade for
weapons
T.
you have.
Higgins. Get T. Higgins. That's who
Yes,
they need.
Go get T.
That's
Him
tough.
and McConkey
That
they
would be
complement
tough
each other
if
so
the Bengals
well.
would ever give up T. Higgins ever.
They are
They
going
have
to.
to.
They have
They
to.
cannot keep Chase, Burrow, and Higgins.
They already
It's
paid,
not
They
possible.
already paid Burrow. They have to.
They
pay
haven't paid
That's
Chase. They cannot pay Chase and Higgins both.
And Higgins already
Yes, you
talking
can.
about leaving anyway.
And they have Trey Hendrickson too. Like they can't
Trey
pay all four.
Hendrickson is so mid.
so good.
I can't.
He was one of the best edge rushers in the.
I love that
He's
white boy.
overshadowed by a trash Eli Apple. How I know where Eli Apple is,
Don't hate on Eli.
but he's still in that defense and spirit because that defense was
Eli Apple's on,
awful.
like,
no,
the
but the
Miami
Chargers
practice
suck.
squad.
And if you're a good quarterback, you need to be able to manage with the weapons you have.
You just said the Chargers suck, so how do you expect Herbert to do?
Especially if you have a amazing defense like he has, and you're on the field for what? 85%
I would not
of the-
say that I have an amazing defense.
It was pretty good.
It's good.
It's
but
a
it's
good
not,
defense.
Okay.
It's not like oh my gosh,
We all have different opinions, but
they're-
moving on to the
They're
next
a top
topic.
defense in almost
Mike
every stat.
Tomlin has now lost. He has not won a
Six-
playoff game in
six-
8 years.
I thought it was 6.
6 games he's lost in a row.
6,
But
okay.
he hasn't won a game in 8 years. I saw Bill Cowher and Chuck Noll, like the most games they ever lost for Pittsburgh was 4 in a row. Like Pittsburgh is a winning culture, and Mike Tomlin's doubled it. And
It seems like when the Steelers are having a good season, they always trash on their last. Like the
they
last
went 11-0 like 2 or so years ago,
Yes,
and then
and
they
20
fall off a bus and get crushed by the Browns.
Yes.
The Browns in the play. I'm sorry.
That
no.
was
Yeah,
our
I
that
can't
was our
hold the Browns
2020
up.
year, and that was a
Baker
good
was
year.
such a go
Shake
for
and bake,
year.
baby.
3 points away from going to the AFC Championship game, guys.
The refs rigged it without the helmet to helmet call. That was
That was a horrible call. But on to Mike Tomlin. Do I think they should get rid of him? No, I don't think so. I think he's always had a winning season, like every single time. I mean,
Who cares if you win, though, if you can't win the playoffs?
Nobody cares about the regular season
I saw
anymore.
Kyle Brandt, one of the NFL Network guys. He said some people, like 24 teams, they would gladly take a coach that makes the playoffs every year. But the other exclusive teams, they want someone that can win. And the Steelers are like one of the presidents of that club. They are tied for the most Super Bowls of all time. And you can't win a playoff game in 6 years. Or 8 years and 6 straight. Like, that's just, they lost to the Jaguars as like the number 1, number 2 seed, Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
Like,
they did.
it's very
okay,
bad.
well, that
was
Jags
tough.
team was pretty
Blake
tough.
Bortles was
Jacksonville.
tough.
That was a tough team.
Yeah, you're hating.
It should have been Blake Bortles and Foles in the Super Bowl. But
Should've.
that's a
over
different topic.
Brady. Blake Bortles over Brady.
No one
Okay.
cares about
Okay.
Ray Bortles is better.
Okay, Carson, what were you gonna say?
Okay, Mike Tomlin. Here's the thing, right? I'm a man who wants to see teams win. I don't care about the regular season. Nobody in the NFL cares about the regular season, and nobody who watches the NFL cares about the regular season. Everybody that watches the NFL and has a team.
What?
Noah, are you
Bro,
going to
quit yapping,
No,
dude.
I get that, though, because
are you gonna
college
sit here and tell me
football,
you would rather
like,
watch the regular season
I
than the
get that
playoffs?
because college football, you have to win so many of your games. Where that's why some people think it's more entertaining because it feels more like a playoff game every big game matchup.
But the NFL, the regular
I see
season
that.
doesn't matter as much, and it feels like there's no bearing on if you play good or bad. You either are.
All you're getting is trying to get a good seed.
I feel like a lot of teams in the NFL, you know if they're gonna make the playoffs or not before the season starts. Like we could have known. Well, like we could have knew the Patriots weren't gonna make it, the Titans weren't gonna make it, and we knew the Ravens are gonna make it, and teams like the Lions and whoever else are gonna make it. Like, you were trying to have a good bearing.
I don't know,
on
because
who's
like
gonna make
a
it.
few years ago, what did the Rams make the playoffs after they won the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't think so. The 49ers missed after they.
Yeah, the 49ers.
And then the
like,
Eagles were first round exits last year after
Yeah,
missing the
but
playoffs. I mean,
the 49ers
making Super Bowl.
had a lot happen. They had everybody injured. But Mike Tomlin, yeah, he can win in the regular season. But again, it doesn't matter if you can't do it in the playoffs because that's all everybody cares. Everybody in the NFL.
Him and
wants to win a
Justin
Super
Herbert
Bowl.
will be perfect for each other.
Yeah,
Just get 7,000 regular season yards undefeated
Every
and
coach
then
wants
lose in
to
the
win a
first
Super
round.
Bowl. Every player wants to win a Super Bowl, and Mike Tomlin obviously can't do that. So, I mean,
He had Big Ben, Antonio Brown,
I mean-
Le'Veon Bell, and they didn't even make a Super
I
Bowl.
mean, if you're the Steelers, you got to think about your future. Do you want Mike Tomlin to keep giving you 10 and 7 seasons and make the playoffs and then lose in the first round, or do you want a different coach to come in, give you maybe less of a regular season and possibly win a playoff game?
I
and
think
then
when
build off
people
that?
look at it, though, they're just going to. Because just to, like, the actual NFL, like, people in the higher-ups, they do see the regular season as valuable.
Yeah,
And-
because all they care about is money.
Well, obviously. So they're going to try and keep Mike Tomlin in there somehow. And I don't really see an issue with that because I'm a Browns fan. So I don't see an issue with that. They want to keep losing in the playoffs. And if my Browns ever make it to the playoffs, we have the Steelers.
Never again.
I'm cool with
I saw
that.
something say that the Steelers are keeping him like a day ago. So this is
Well, I'm
really,
not
I'd say, it's
surprised.
make or break
Yeah.
year. Like, if he can't win it, if he cannot
He's
win
not
one
going
playoff
to.
game
He's
this
not
year,
going to.
he's gone.
He's
They're
not
getting
going
ready to learn Justin Fields.
I really don't think he'll be gone though. Like if next year if he makes it to the playoffs,
And loses first round, you think they
I
should
really
keep
think
him?
I don't think they should keep
He's-
him, but do
he's
I
the
think they're going to get rid of him?
definition
No.
Here's the definition of a mid coach.
Honestly, I think Mike Tomlin, he's basically regular season head coach. A different
Exactly.
team that sucks in the regular season would probably be very happy to have him. But like Jayden said, Pittsburgh are tied for like the most Super Bowls of
Yeah.
all time. I think they need to find someone new. If he doesn't do anything this year again, I think they give him one more shot with an entire year of Justin Fields. I think that's only fair. But I would think someone like the Chicago Bears would honestly be happy to have him, considering that
Send him to the Dolphins.
send him to the Dolphins.
No, that
No.
would,
Yes.
that's an awful fit in my
He
opinion.
should go.
Smart
he needs to
coach.
go somewhere that literally just can't win games in general and
The
see what he
Jets
does.
Send
or
him to the
Giants,
Titans.
one of the New York teams that are cursed according to Aaron Rodgers, who can't take accountability.
Send him to the
Titans.
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 Send
It'll
him to the-
definitely be interesting next year, see what happens. But that's all we have for the NFL segment. Now over to the athlete segment.
Recently, you've had to put your life on hold, and we're with you in this. At Ascension St. John, we're now open for appointments, and we are fully prepared for your safety in our care. As we open our doors again, our doctors, nurses, and care teams will continue to wear personal protective equipment. We've taken even more steps to clean and stringently disinfect all areas. We will maintain distancing in our waiting rooms and will continue to limit visitors. And we will still screen all staff to protect their health and yours. Our emergency rooms are here 24/7. Please do not delay care. We're still delivering babies and performing surgeries. And we're open for your appointments, from specialists in surgical care to routine care and health screenings. Ask us about virtual visits. Ascension St. John continues to care for you, as we have been for almost a century. Thank you for trusting us.
Welcome back, Tigers, to the final segment of the Tiger Sports Report podcast. We're joined alongside basketball players Jayden, Talley, and Macy Marraccini. How are both of you doing today?
I'm great.
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Noah?
I'm doing great.
Okay, we're going to have a few questions for you. JD, we're going to start off with you. How have you and your teammates just changed off this season to try and improve off of last season's state tournament loss?
Obviously that loss was sad, but over the summer we worked hard, and this season we came in with a new mantra. Every game before it we say apply pressure, so that's what we're doing this season.
Yeah, I see that in y'all's defensive scheme there. Y'all are on them as
very
soon as
aggressive.
Very aggressive, which I think, and then y'all kind of just when y'all are way up, y'all kind of back off and just kind of play y'all's own game, really, and it's nice to see. But for both of y'all, what has been your favorite memory, and what will y'all miss the most?
My favorite memory would be beating Booker T in the area championship game my sophomore year, just because that was my first year, and it was we made it to state, so just that feeling of beating them. And we played them 4 times that year, so it was just our rival, and so that was probably the best memory.
JD?
My favorite memory would be going to California this year. We went to San Diego, and that was really fun. It was my first time going out that far, so that's what I'd say.
Now, for both of you, what is your advice for the underclassmen, you'd say? Macy?
I would just say always get in the gym. Just because you're doing high school practice, you need to be in the gym outside of that, and don't take anything personal, and just work hard and be disciplined.
Okay. And JD, what is different about this team than last year's?
This year, since I'm a senior, it's different. I'm closer with everyone. I've been playing with these guys my whole life, really, and we just all feel closer.
Yeah.
Okay, Macy, final question. What are you most looking forward to about the rest of your senior year and your upcoming collegiate basketball career?
Probably graduating from my senior year, and then we want to win state, obviously, for basketball this year. And then for college, just having fun, building new connections, and being successful in basketball.
Okay. All right, we're going to go on to a game. What is it, describe your teammates, kind of?
Yeah, kind of like superlatives and stuff like that.
All right, I'll start it off. Best leader on y'all's teams.
I'm going to say DJ Howell. He's been leading for 4 years at this point. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I would say
Easy answer.
Kinsey. She's
Yeah.
been here for 4 years. So.
Okay, who has the best sportsmanship?
The best sportsmanship. I'd say Devon. He's always uplifting our team.
I would say Kate Wingington. She's just always hyping us up and never
All right, and who? Oh, were you saying something
No,
else?
you're good.
Okay. Who's the social butterfly of y'all's teams?
I'm going to have to say Jacob Gardner. When we were in California, he was talking to everybody. I was like, you got that.
Yeah, I would definitely say Scarlett Shell.
All right.
Who has the best smile?
Smile. Okay.
Can we repeat?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
repeat.
I would say Kate again.
Best smile, I'd go Devon Wallace.
All right. Who are the dynamic duos?
I already know hers. I'd say Nigel and DJ.
I would say me and Kinsey.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who has the best pregame fits?
Fits.
Jacob Gardner.
Definitely Kaya.
All right, best hair.
I'll give that one to myself.
I agree with that one.
Probably say
Appreciate
best hair. Probably Kaya or Kinsey again.
Who has the best energy?
Energy.
Jacob Gardner again.
I say Taryn. She's always hyping us up, even when she's on the bench and stuff.
Most likely to be late. Be a game practice.
Devon Wallace.
All right.
Who's the best dancer?
The best what?
Dancer.
Kaya. Or Janaea.
I say DJ Howell.
All right. And most dependable?
Logan Shockley.
I say Peyton Dolan.
Okay.
Who's the best singer?
Oh, that's me.
I don't think I have one of those.
That's me.
You don't?
No one really sings on our team.
All right. Who's the loudest?
Jacob Gardner.
I say Kyra.
All right.
Okay, and who is the funniest?
Me.
The funniest. I feel like Corbin Dow's always making me laugh.
All right. And who's the most photogenic?
That's a good one.
I'm not gonna lie, Devon Wallace, all his basketball pictures always look good, so I'm gonna go with him too.
Yeah, I would say like Kate again, or Janaea, Jaylee.
All right. Stuart? Oh, am I the one with all?
Yeah.
Okay. Most likely to score a game-winning point.
DJ Howell.
McKenzie.
And last one, who is the hardest worker?
I'll say myself for this one too.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with myself.
I feel like you kind of have to put yourself in that one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time, Tigers.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.